Hi guys, today we'll be seeing on a scenario on what if Norway came to the real world at their prime. They're not at their prime anymore, they did lose a bit of Denmark. So let's see the scenario. So the first thing that they're going to do is wait. They're gonna give up their Mesopotamian. They're gonna give up all the things that older Mesopotamians land. Also, do not mind that. I don't know where did that come from. I don't want to get political. So the next thing is that Norway is going to send an ultimatum to Sweden and Norway. There are two Norways, but don't get confused. Both sides to accept their ultimatum. Also, Norway's capital is. Okay, so now they are pretty. Now they want the entire Baltic Sea. They're going to get an ally, which is pretty big. So by the way, this video is inspired by Norwegian's video, so don't say I'm copying him. I just want to take inspiration from his video. So let's go. Troops just immediately capture this major city going into here. So I don't know why. No, I do know, but I forgot to put the major cities into Poland. So right now Latvia has more major cities than Poland, but in real life Poland has. Fix that later. But they're going to go around. All the Russians will just go rust this. Finland will just try to survive. Just pushing them out. and Norway. The Norway will start a push again, making a naval landing here during this major city, which will make them retreat. Leading the Russians into another push through, capturing the same city. The Russians will do this, while the Norwegians will just wrap around. They're going to here, and now the Battle of Helsinki happens. So Norwegian troops goes to encircle the city, later rushed by Russians to cut off the city, which will go successful. A Russian capture went of this, a surrender went of Finland, and Helsinki has to surrender because, yeah. And now let's see the peace treaty. And this is their peace treaty. They just get splitted up. They'll go invade the Baltics later. The Estonians, Latvians, and Lithuanians. They'll also put Belarus in the war. They will just Poland. Poland and Ukraine will get in. The first push happens in the So the first push happens in Russia, where they just go capture Vilnius and just take over a lot of this area, connecting with Kaliningrad. Norwegian troops will just go capture this city, later making a landing to capture Riga. And this is all Norwegian, this is Russian. Okay, so the Russian one will be a little darker than the Norwegian push. Russian troops will just immediately go. They will send troops here to Ukraine. Oh, Norway will just make a landing on Danzig, connecting up with Kaliningrad and taking over Spies. Later running the capturement and captures Poland's capital. And Poland surrenders. Also, we'll give a little bit of the occupation to Norway. A bit of the occupation, which will lead Norway to capture Lviv to this city. What is it? I don't know. I know one of them is Lviv. I think it's this one. They'll go to capture south. Well, Russian and Belarusian troops will just go to capture all of these Baltic states. Later the Baltic surrender. We will go after this city. The Russians just send the invasion through Ukraine. The invasion will later just go to here, which they'll just occupy, and they will take over this whole thing. Well, Norway will just take this, and let's see the peace treaty. Okay guys, so this is the peace treaty. This will include that Belarus becomes a bit more massive. Okay, back. So this peace treaty includes that Russia will get this small portion of the Baltics. Belarus becomes a lot more massive. Russia got a little land here. Russia got a lot of land in Ukraine. Norway will just cover up the Baltic Sea. They also went into inner Poland. And Poland and Ukraine. This is after the peace treaty. 1 year after the peace treaty, these two will unite into Poland, Ukraine. They could probably just beat like Romania, Hungary, Bulgaria, Moldova, Slovakia, and Czechia together. Czechia, Austria, Serbia, and North Macedonia all together, but not strong enough to beat countries like Germany or Norway. Not even Turkey they can beat. So let's just go with a coalition forms against Norway, which will be the Germans, Georgia, France, Italy, the United Kingdom, Ireland, Benelux countries, Czechia, Austria, Slovenia, Croatia, Poland, Ukraine, Spain, Romania, Moldova, Bulgaria, and Serbia. They're all gonna try to kill Norway. But they're also fighting Russia because Russia will just instantly join the war. Russian troops just immediately. Russian troops will just immediately push through Georgia, capturing the capital. Is there any difference? Oh yeah, there is. And Russian troops will just go to Ukraine, because this is like a coalition formed like 6 years after the after the war between Baltic states, Ukraine and Poland against the three. Century citizens immediately also go through, because Ukraine and Poland isn't fully repaired. Troops will just go to German troops, and they'll just go through Denmark, even pushing up Belarus. You still can't get Kaliningrad, but they will make a small push. Because it's literally a fortress, literally. They'll just later go up to Denmark. The color of Norway will be this. This is for Norwegian occupation. Well, the rest is for green team occupation. Norway will not let them cross through because of navy, because they don't have the good enough navy. Russian troops will just still push through, capture the coastline, making it go through here and capturing there. We will just go through Bulgaria and the Serbs. They will just ask a few countries to join. They are not all friendly with Russia, but Russia does send some countries to join the war to get rid of their enemies in the Balkans. Montenegro and Greece will also join the coalition forces. And they will, and since Russia didn't really expect it, they're not gonna die because Russia is stronger than Greece. And the push through to Bulgaria, later into here, even here, Serbia's gone. Greece is just going back to their mountains. That's Turkey goes to war. Or they will just take over these islands and try to land on Crete. They will do invasion of Crete and the potential landing on Athens. All of Cyprus is gone because even the British territories are gone because the UK is at the war. Italy begs for help. There's more and more troops are coming. A push into Slovakia happens, capturing their capital, and one into Hungary. Because these countries had their capitals like right next to each other. Because Austria and Slovakia's capitals right next to each other, and Hungary's capital is just right next to Slovakia. The troops will just go through Norway. They try kicking them out of the Copenhagen area. And later kicking them out of Jutland. Making a landing on here. And making an invasion into Germany. Okay guys, so we got the naval layer, the navy layer, and we will see each naval. Oh. Uh, okay, back. Let me just press. Okay, done with the layer, and now we'll see naval war. The hell? Is going to turn it green right now. Let's see all the naval stuff. Okay, so this is the naval front. Okay, let's go to the main fighting. So So first the Germans are just gone. They're eradicated. Later, yeah. This territory will be returning to Norway. These territories will also be unoccupied. Even Slovakia, which all because of Poland surrendered. Ukraine doesn't count because they are already dead. So Poland surrenders, which leads to the Czech surrendering. Which Norway will just take over. Norway will handle some of the occupied territories to Russia. Like until this part of Germany, they'll hand it over to the Russian front. Just so you know. UK will try to do an offensive landing, trying to take as much major cities as possible. Norway will just take that over, but at the cost. For Norway's cost for taking that over, they'll lose their Netherlands. UK's cost, they lost a lot of naval forces. So now, and so at the end, it is not worth it for the UK to do that. They will try to find some countries that maybe that will join the war, and they find Portugal. I don't know if Portugal will help that much, but they will do something. They will get Canada. No, not Canada, but they will actually get Canada. And the United States. The reason why they joined is because Norway already took over Greenland and America wants it, so already took this over. Just didn't sew it. Will turn America to declare war on Norway, but they'll only declare war on Norway. They're not war with Russia, but Russia will just send some troops. They're not war with any country, just only Norway. Norway will just find this as a death sentence because they instantly lose their Greenland claim. later going into Iceland for no reason. Norwegian troops will just immediately go to here in Russen. Norwegian troops will just capture Denmark again. Well, they did not make a landing on the UK. But some countries like Greece, they're dead. Italy will die soon. And more process. We'll just try to rush the death of Europe, which France will surrender, later Spain. Yes, so the UK, Norway's navy will just go around it to take Ireland, Scotland, because the Norwegian navy is stronger. And they'll eventually take the UK. Now it's all of Europe versus the good part of North America. They're missing Mexico, Central America, and Caribbean, but it doesn't look likely that all of the Caribbean would join. Now they're just gonna give up on all these waters. They're giving up on these waters. And the naval war is between the US, which will just take over nearby territories, connecting with Greenland. It's the US versus Europe pretty much, because Europe is occupied. Norway will start using the remaining boats in the UK, which will mean that, yeah, Norway will do this. They'll try to guard, and they'll also block the Mediterranean Sea for enemy ships. And they find out that they'll just capture the Faroe Islands, and they'll find out that this war will take 300. They think the war will take like 352 years. So they just give up, and let's see the peace treaty. Okay guys, so this is the peace treaty with alliances, of course. So Russia and Belarus unites. They also take most of the union. Slovakia does take Czechia and some parts of the union. Same with Norway. They also take a bit of the union. Norway takes the British Isles, Benelux, and northern Germany. There's a new southern German republic, which is capital located in is Munich. A lot of Balkans, a lot of stuff in the Balkans. Wait, I'll do the Georgian annex. There's a lot of stuff, but let's just see what happens to Georgia. And this is the full peace treaty. Later the alliance is going to end, but peacefully. It's not over arguments, they just want to expire the alliance. And the entire alliance is gone. So by the way, USA took Greenland. They can't take Iceland because that would be illegal, because that would be a coalition, because they will take over a neutral country. And the Norwegian Empire is formed. So if you guys enjoyed the scenario, like, sub, comment, and bye.